It's Wednesday, welcome. This is Back of the Net. My name's Sam Davis.
My name's Tom Jordan.
This is the Away Day Review Show. And in this show, we don't talk about the football, which is a shame, mate, because, oh no, actually it's good, isn't it? Come on!
Get in there, no football chat.
It wasn't a good Saturday.
It was awful.
We lost 6-1 at the hands of Manchester City. But in this show, it's all about reviewing the away day as a whole, nothing on the pitch, Tom. So, how do we do that?
Well, we do it with loads of categories.
Go on.
Loads of categories. Go through them all. Okay. So I'll go through the categories for you quickly. We talk about the car parking. Yeah. We talk about the pre-match away pub that we go to. We talk about the little walk to the ground. Yeah. Then we go to the wow factor, where we get a fan that's never been there before and talk about it. The view from your seat, the pie and the pints, half-time mostly. The noise from the home fans, and the value for money, and then we work all that out, put in a little tier list, and now we've got a new format this season where then there's like points, and then they go into a league table, and then at the end of the season you can see where you rank in that league table. Will City win every league table possible?
You never know. Let's have a look at the league table now. This is based on the away games that we've done already. Can Manchester City upset the apple cart? There it is at the moment. Right then, we'll start off then with car parking. Now look, we've got to caveat this with last season. Man City was not a good away day. Maybe our own mistake, perhaps?
Well, we heard about is it called the fan park?
Fan zone, fan park.
Yeah, we heard about that and thought, let's go and check that out, blah, blah, blah. Got down there and I think you couldn't even have a beer if you were an away fan. And it was just pretty rubbish, I thought. So that was a bit of a nightmare, and we ended up just going to the concourse quite early, didn't we? So this time we had to look into, as we'll come on to, like kind of where we're going to go before the game, early kick-off, go and watch that in a pub somewhere. And we gauged parking around that, didn't we? Yeah,
so obviously the City of Manchester Stadium's on the east side of Manchester, so you've got to the west, the city centre, and we sort of parked in the middle of that kind of, so it was about a 10-minute walk to the pub. So we went into the city centre, which I thought was quite nice. Parking was relatively easy. It was relatively cheap as well. I think it was about £7 quid-ish, so it's not too bad. We always do it from like 11 o'clock to like 7 o'clock or something, because we do fan cams afterwards and stuff. And you know what? That was absolutely fine. In terms of the traffic into Manchester, it was great. Getting away though, probably not too good. So car parking, it's kind of like beforehand it was good, afterwards it was absolutely awful for location, because it was a city centre location.
Should have walked back from the ground as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
If we got a little bit lucky, because I thought, you're looking at the forecast, oh god, but it actually we had a bit of drizzle, but it wasn't too bad, which we got away. But I don't know, the actual parking itself was okay and decent price, so you go, okay, it's quite far, horrible to get out. So I think it's fair to go down the middle, really. So I'm going to go not the best.
Not the best. Yeah. Okay. And this is the tier list, by the way. This is what we put everything on. This is how we score it. So there you go. Not the best for that. So look, pre-match pub. We actually went to a pub. It was the Piccadilly Tavern. Look, a few people also recommended on the video. This shows that we read the comments, by the way. On the last review we did, cards at the top. There it is. Or is it that side? It's that side, I think. Trying to work out. It's that side. There it is. Click it. Recommended the Townley, which is, but they said, but if you're going to go there, make sure you don't have your colours showing, because obviously us Bournemouth Ultras are known to cause problems, but I can understand that, of course. But we had kids with us as well, so we thought, they're going to want to wear their Bournemouth shirt. There's no way they're going to be wanting to wear their Stone Island Weekend Offender t-shirts or whatever it is that weekend.
I got both of them, which is worrying.
Have you? Love that from you. So we went to the Piccadilly Tavern, which was a nice pub. It was table service. It was reasonable pricing as well. The food was all right. Price of a pint was fairly standard, and we managed to get a table just about. Also had the football on, so I didn't think it was too bad.
Yeah, no, not too bad. I think we were probably quite lucky because we got there really nice time. We got like kind of one of the last tables. I think we
got there at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we were pretty early. I think I had a pint by 11. But yeah, so if we're a little bit later, we might have struggled with the table. I think we got one of the last ones, didn't we? But there were a few people that were in there and then left, to be fair. Pub I was quite happy with. There was a few Bournemouth in there, a few City in there. It was fine. Like you say, got to see the game. It's quite far, again, going back to that. It's a little bit annoying that you've got to leave so much earlier to get to the ground than you would normally at most away games, which is frustrating. But I quite like the pub. Yeah. It wasn't too bad. So I'll give it above average just.
There you go.
Just
above
been
average.
calm there.
That's where it goes. Right then, in terms of the walk to the ground, like we've alluded to, because we've gone for a city centre location, it was a walk, but it wasn't the worst walk in the world. Sometimes you go through places like this, there's absolutely rough area, but all that side has actually been made a lot nicer because it's had a bit of a kind of ripple effect. The City of Manchester Stadium, the whole Etihad campus, all that kind of stuff, and it's kind of, what's it called, urban sprawl, or there's a geographical term that I learned in GCSE about how... What was it called? What's it called? Let us know if you're doing
better GCSEs than you.
If you're doing your GCSEs, let us know that kind of ripple effect. What's it called? I don't know. But it wasn't too bad an area, but it was just a lengthy walk on the legs, wasn't it? It wasn't great.
I think like you say, I think obviously the scenery and all that sort of stuff comes into it, but I think the main point of the walk is how bloody long it is, to be honest. Isn't it really? Yeah, that's the main thing I look for. It's too bloody long.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in and around it. So, like I say, it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm going to go... I've got to put it in just rubbish.
Just rubbish?
Just rubbish. If you said, describe the walk, I'd go rubbish.
Because there wasn't a pub that we could go to where we could wear our colours that made the walk more palatable. Okay, I love that from you. Next, though, should we go to the wow factor? What's the wow factor, I hear you cry?
It is when a fan from ourselves has never been to that ground before. So
and it's the whole sort of, wow, like what's it like the Etihad, as the stadium as a whole? Like, what kind of feeling do you get inside? Do you know someone that has never been to the Etihad before? You'd be surprised at this.
Go on.
Back of the net's Ben Phillips.
Oh, he's never been. He was
TikTok Terrier himself. Should we see what he had to say? Go on then, Ben.
I mean, the Etihad is a thing of beauty, isn't it? Realistically, just turning around the corner and seeing such an amazing stadium. It's not even a full bowl, which is pretty cool. It's so good. And this is why I gave it a 10 out of 10, because it's so well built and the whole campus itself is amazing. It's a great thing to look at. And yeah, I think other stadiums like the Emirates is more of a bowl, where I think the Etihad's a bit unique, and I like it. It's a really, really good ground. It's one of my favourites in the Premier League, alongside like Villa Park. I really like that as well. But yeah, Etihad Stadium, what a great ground, and it was a great time to be there with a good away view as well. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for me.
What? Sorry, that came out. No, sorry, 10. 10.
I'm not gonna have a word with him,
Man City fans do not like the name 10, especially when it's Eric beforehand and Haag afterwards. But he's gone for 10. By the way, Old Trafford is falling down.
You have to do it in a bit of a Manc accent, don't you?
10 Hag is up in clown.
He is a bit. Respect that.
10.
I like that charm. Yeah, fair play, Ben. I'm not going to comment on that because that is your wow factor, and I do understand that it's quite a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, you know what? I think what they're aiming to do with that whole complex is make it into a proper fan centre. Now, we saw it last year and we were it's a bit cringe. But you've got to realise, like, people love that kind of stuff. We are maybe your legacy football fans that you like your spit and sawdust stadiums. Like, we love places like Kenilworth Road, and we find it a little bit cringy. But you know what, the average football fan, I say the average football fan, the average new football fan buys into all that, posing with a silhouette of Pep Guardiola in the dugout sort of stuff. And the fan zone's a great idea, and what they're trying to implement, what they've got there already is great. What they're going to do looks huge, like the big stage and stuff with live music, fair play. And look, 10, maybe it is fair. City fans, mate, do you like it? Do you like your own experience? Let us know. Next. View from your seats.
Good.
It's all right, actually, isn't it?
I like it. Yeah, I like it. I think I've been a few times. There's been a few different sections, and I've never found a problem. I've always felt like it's quite easy.
And you can go at the very bottom, so you can stand there with your "Can I have your shirt?" signs. And I know that many Bournemouth players obliged with that based on how woeful our performance was. But it's not about the football.
Not about the football, and I didn't want any of those shirts. I attempted to take an Ake one. Oh, I love him. Can we do like an Ake section? But no, yeah, I got no problem with it. I love the stadium, to be fair, just to look at. It's great. So the view from the seats always really pretty good, to be honest with you. You agree?
Yeah.
Happy enough, mate. It's getting a solid 8 there because there's no real problems with it.
Okay, next is the pie and a pint, and we verify these prices. Oh, hello, Tom's flexing because he, at half-time, had...
Got ripped off.
Both. Right, the price of a pie at Manchester City. Last season, it was £4.75. Inflation for you this season. £5.50, up 15%. And also, for the price of a pint as well, you are paying £5.30. What was the beer, mate? Grolsch, okay. What kind of pie did you have?
Well, I actually wanted a hot dog, didn't have any. So I said, don't worry, I'll have a burger. Nah, ain't got any burgers.
What, did you have any burgers?
No.
And you go down on what,
38 minutes, yeah, so that's pretty poor. And then, so I said, well, can you tell me what you've got? That sounds like it'd probably be easier. Cheese pie.
Is that a thing?
Oh, clear. I went, all right.
Is that a thing?
I went, I like pies, I like cheese, that'll be all right. It was rank. I mean, I can't argue with the naming of it because it is a pie with cheese in it.
They called it the right thing.
But for over a £5 for a cheese pie, and then, like I say, this is all personal preference. Gross, not for me. So, yeah, paying over a tenner for them two items was not too pleasingly, especially when you're 3-0 down at the time. Yeah. So, just rubbish.
Just rubbish. Okay, so you didn't quite go can't score this, which is a fair play to you.
Still a pint, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still a pint.
I needed it at that point.
Yeah. All right, next then, it's the noise. And this is really tough. Can I just say, I really like the Man City Stadium announcer.
Yeah, no, it's
I
cool.
think he's great. And also, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I love the way that he's trying to get the crowd going. But to be fair, I thought like when they do sing, it's loud. And credit to them for that. Glazers stay in 10 more years.
Yeah, I like that chant.
That's a good chant.
It's a weird one because, they're playing Bournemouth. Listen, they're going to have a lot bigger games to get behind the team. I'm sure they don't really need to. They don't need a helping hand, put it that way. It's weird because at times you go for the game and you think it's silent. And then, like you say, Bernardo Silva scores, for example, which happened in the game. And then loads of sections sing it and it sounds quite loud. So, I'm not really sure. I think at times it can really get going. I'd like to see it, a big game. I reckon it can really get going in there. But put it this way, we always try and compare on this show to other things. Yeah. And when you look at the other big boys, it's miles better than Liverpool Man City. Than Liverpool Man United, I think. We've been to Liverpool. Yeah. Miles better.
And also,
what's that?
I follow you everywhere. That's a good chant as well. I like when they were singing that at Dean Court. I thought, and they were just doing it constantly.
Yeah, it's a good chant.
So this one, this is a tricky one. I think I know where I'd put it.
I'm between two.
All right.
Where would you put it? Because if it's one of the two, I'll put it there.
Above average.
Yeah, there you go. Fine. That's what I was leaning towards anyway. Absolutely fine.
Now, value for money is our last one. Now, this is I suppose it's difficult because we're paying like for more petrol and stuff, but it's got to be sort of done on what we pay when we're there. I mean, it's Man City. The prices were not unbelievable. Yeah. Put it this way, look, just like however many miles down the road, what was it, 50 to Merseyside, whatever it is, 30. When we went to Everton, the price of a pie was a lot cheaper. Yeah. The pie was a lot cheaper. Obviously, you're paying a bit more for the matchday programme at the Etihad, and it was so... With that, it was a bit pricey. But can I just say one thing that I was really annoyed with?
Go on.
So, Benny Boy, he's back in the net, Ben Phillips.
Oh, I know what you're going to say,
yeah. He had a rucksack with him. Now, this was not communicated on the AFC Bournemouth club communication. I'm sure it's on the Man City website somewhere, but apparently you're only allowed a bag of a certain size.
It's not that big either.
It wasn't, like it wasn't huge. £10, please. Not deposit. £10. I gave him £10, like, 'cause he didn't have any cash in him. £10 to put your bag in a storage unit for a couple of hours.
I'll just ditched in a bush.
£10.
Ridiculous.
And all he had was like socks in there or whatever, because he came with like socks and
we need to discuss that then, to be honest with you. And he's tenner. That is bad. I thought I didn't even know that. I knew it was tenner, but I assumed you meant deposit.
No, £10. So that for me, I mean, like, it was doing okay, and then we had to pay for a pint, and then that has frustrated me.
Yeah,
so
I'm with you on that. And you've also got to remember, I know it didn't happen, but we said about parking stuff wasn't too bad price wise. But if the weather was bad, we'd have had to either get one of the tram things or an Uber or something, and that would have cost even more, which you don't have to do at many other grounds. Yeah, just rubbish.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Right then, let's calculate this up.
Yeah,
so
you got that.
10, 18, right, so that 30, 34, Hang on, am I? Can I calculate this right?
You're supposed to be
my
like-
maths is absolutely appalling. That's 34 plus. Okay, I think I've got a score, and I think it's 40.
Hang on.
I think it's 40. I'm doing my best, Rachel Riley here.
No, I don't. Oh yeah,
Is it 40?
it is.
There you go.
They're staying up 40.
Let's
Where's
see
that? I can't
where
remember.
they compare on the league table. Then here it is.
Where are they?
40. They've gone bottom.
It's not,
They've
not all
gone-
fun and games on the league tables, is it? I tell you what, if anyone's gonna not care about league table, it should be City. They're top of everything. You're down. I mean, obviously, we don't know where they'll finish because it depends on everyone else.
I think there'll be clubs lower than them.
There'll be clubs lower, but for me personally, it's not. Like I say, this is all personal preference. I mean, two people giving their opinion, and the wow factor was done very well.
They might get like Conference League, like Europa Conference, if they're lucky.
No chance.
No?
Not for me. I'll be surprised. I'm not a massive fan, and this is taking away the result. I'm not a massive fan.
I mean, Brighton was down there last season. It's on 48.
Yeah, done a bit better this time. Yeah, I agree. But with the ones who've been to, I think them four were better.
Surely it will score more than Man United on it, because like Man City, like
There's a few. I've got. Hang on. I'm not going to say them because it's not fair. I've got about 3 or 4 straight away in my head that I think could come lower. So I think they'll stay up, which
Yeah.
City fans will be pleased with. But yeah, at the moment, it depends how you look at it. They're either bottom or they're 5th. Depends how you look at it. But a long way to go. But yeah, 10 points there behind Brentford. Mind the gap. But well done. Look, you've had a lovely weekend, City. Don't worry about it too much. Don't take it to heart. And yeah, they'll like Ben instead. He gave him a 10.
Yeah.
They can, like, you hate me, you like Ben, whatever. I'm used to it.
Ben 10. Love that from him. Thank you for watching the Premier League show. Look, if I appreciate you might be a Man City fan, but if you want to keep abreast, I keep on using that word on every single show.
You do like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But if you want to keep in touch with what AFC Bournemouth are doing over the course of the season, seeing how dejected,
like down
but
there?
also elated that we get when we see the lows and highs.
When we beat one of the big boys and help them out, they'll come and watch, won't they? Of course they will. But
Subscribe,
subscribe, and if you haven't seen the vlog and all that good stuff from after the game, go check it out. It's good, and you get to celebrate quite a few goals, so you'll enjoy that. But yeah, as I say, Premier League show, away day show, see how you compare to others. I think our next away one is Sheffield United.
Yeah.
We haven't had them for a few seasons to see what that's like. And yeah, I think if you just click the bell, click the subscribe, click the like, you'd keep abreast with all of it.
Other cherries. See you in
Bye.
the next one. Bye bye.